Warriors! Here is why the Ripple case was by design. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Before we get started, if you're struggling to navigate the crypto space, or if you're struggling to get your life back on track, I highly recommend you click the description down below and join our private Warrior Academy. Access to my exact crypto portfolio, access to the exit strategy, you fill one out yourself, access to our 120-day challenge, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, a community like no other. Cryptocurrency research team answering questions, cryptocurrency calls. We go live 3 times a week. All the support you need to navigate the crypto space, the mindset space, and the health space. There's nothing like it on the planet. Click the description down below and join today. All right, let's jump right into it, Warriors. The news is coming fast and furious. Crypto's going up, it's going down, and you're going to see a lot of FUD within the next couple weeks as we head into the biggest bull run in history. I am still bullish on cryptocurrency. I'm bullish all the way through. That's why I have a very strict exit strategy as I exit the market into stablecoin, DIA, silver, and also getting into my new generational wealth building strategy that I'll continue to bring to you guys here in the future. So new crypto bill in the US Congress is most comprehensive bill yet. Out of the blue, US lawmakers who previously showed little interest in cryptocurrencies have introduced what may be the most sweeping legislation yet to regulate the market. Rep. Don Bayer's bill will allow the Treasury Secretary to veto the creation of stablecoins, direct regulators to bind rules for DeFi, and possibly create charter for crypto exchanges, among other measures. So now this is key right here. It says, out of the blue, U.S. lawmakers who previously showed little interest in crypto has introduced what may be the most sweeping legislation yet to regulate markets. But I'm going to show you a video from Rep. Don Byers. But as we go through this, I want you to think about the Ripple case, okay? Because we're going to read this document. This is the actual document that was submitted, okay? So on page 7 and 8, so it says Section 104, Joint SEC and CFTC rulemaking on major digital assets classification. Now remember, the head of the SEC is Gary Gensler, who came as the head professor at MIT for cryptocurrency. He also was the head of the CFTC, okay? Both agencies that are stated in this document. It says the Securities Exchange Commission Act of 1934 is amended by adding at the end of the following: Section 105, Joint SEC and CFTC rulemaking on major digital asset classification. Okay, so in general, no later than 150 days after the date, the enactment of this section, the Commission and the Commodities CFTC Trading Commission shall jointly publish, for purposes of a 60-day public comment period, a proposal rulemaking that classifies each of the major digital assets by highest market capitalization and highest dating trailing volume as either a digital asset or a digital security. Okay. Final rule: no later than 270 days after the date of the enactment of this act, the Commission and the CFTC shall jointly publish a final rule that classifies as each of the major digital assets' highest market capitalization daily average as a digital asset or a digital security. The SEC Ripple lawsuit is all about bringing in a new Howie Test. Think about this, Warriors. It matches up perfectly. So here's from United States Congressman Don Beyer. Here's what this bill will specifically do. Here's some key highlights. It'll create statutory definitions for digital assets and digital securities and provide Securities and Exchange Commission with the authority over digital assets, security, CFTC with authority over digital assets. Provide legal certainty as a regulatory status of the top 90% of digital asset market by market capitalization and trading volume through a joint SEC and CFTC rulemaking. Here's that I keep telling you, a lot of the cryptocurrencies are going to get wiped out. They're coming after the exchanges, Warriors. They can't take your crypto, but they sure as hell can regulate the exchanges that you're transacting on, okay? Another thing it covers: require digital asset transactions that are not recorded on a publicly distributed ledger to be reported to a registered digital asset trading reciprocity within 24 hours to minimize the potential for fraud and promote transparency. Explicitly add digital assets and digital asset securities to statutory definition monetary instruments under the BSA, formalizing the regulatory requirements for digital assets and digital asset securities to comply with anti-money laundering, record keeping, and reporting requirements. So these are just a couple things out there. You can find this by typing in United States Congressman Don Beyer. Okay. You can also get this document right here by going to CoinDesk. And if you just click right here, you can get this document live. Okay. Now I want to show you a video. Now remember what they just said right here. Out of the blue, lawmakers who previously showed little interest in cryptocurrencies has introduced a wave of the most sweeping legislation. Well, let's take a look here. This sounds like Mr. Beyer is pretty involved or pretty interested in cryptocurrency. So let me restart this really quick. My computer's acting up.
I just came back from the World Economic Forum, where it seemed like every other forum was about blockchain technology. So entrepreneurs, innovators, big business, small businesses, small enterprises, everyone seems to be scrambling to understand the applications of blockchain technology. And as the hearing title suggests, it seems to be quickly moved past Bitcoin and past cryptocurrencies into supply chain industry, healthcare, clean energy field, illegal financial markets, election infrastructure. I read a great article last week about
I've been telling you guys exactly what he just said. Remember, I told you your education system is going to be on a blockchain, your voting is going to be on a blockchain, your medical records are going to be on a blockchain, your mortgage is going to be on a blockchain, your finances are going to be on a blockchain. He's telling you right here. This was in 2018, Warriors.
It could affect education in the years to come. So this potential blockchains offer better security, enhanced privacy, transactional transparency. But it's also obviously a disruptive technology. And so government law enforcement agencies are trying to start to figure out the ramifications of blockchain services and applications. We know they have a difficult task ahead of them. As a nation, I believe that all of us want to ensure that these blockchain-based technologies are used appropriately. The government regulations are not disregarded or intentionally circumvented, but at the same time that they aren't burdensome, that we're encouraging innovation and broad-based applications when appropriate and advantageous.
So there's a delicate balance going on right now between stifling innovation, okay, and encouraging, right, regulation. So let me walk you through how my brain works on this. So they said that, this is something they weren't interested in. This is him in 2018 talking about crypto. It's the new frontier, basically. You got the laws being passed or trying to pass these Senate bills, right? Would this be a Senate bill? So this is coming through. It's all about digital asset or digital security, right? It's that simple. We're moving into the new asset class and they're just trying to figure out how to regulate it. And we're sitting here watching it, standing by as the Ripple SEC lawsuit goes on. And I believe it's all by design to bring in regulation to figure out a new Howie test. That's my opinion. And I really, really believe that, Warriors. So I want you to go check this out. So this is on 1111. I love the numbers. Crypto, okay? So it's Ripple XRP, new Brad Garland House interview on 7/29. This was a great interview that he did. I'm just going to show you a brief clip because I want you to go show respect to his channel and watch the whole clip. But listen to what Brad Garland House says not based on the documents, but I showed you the facts, figures, numbers, logic. And here's what Brad Garland House is saying, his perception of what's going on.
Elaborate on that for us here. What does that mean? What damage will this lawsuit do to crypto at large?
Well, I think ultimately it won't do that damage because I think that as we have already seen, I think that the trend line has been positive for the court case. And so I don't think it will do the damage. I think Ripple's likely to prevail. In fact, but my own personal point of view is that as a new leadership team at the SEC comes in, there'll be an opportunity to have a constructive dialogue about how do we move forward in context of where the industry is today. I think well.
So that's a key part. This is all of it. They're working behind the scenes, Warriors. It's a whole construct to figure out how are we going to regulate this? How are we going to get involved in this new asset class, right? We can't just let the people take off in their new monetary system. We want to be part of this. We want to regulate this. Now, what this is going to do, Warriors. Now, a lot of people, that are so against regulation. Okay, so I'm not talking about regulation and, decentralized, centralized. But what this is going to do is we have 35 or 45% of the wealth is tied up with 35% of the population, which is baby boomers. When it gets legitimized from their view, not our view, from their view, that is going to come flooding into the marketplace. And guess what? That's your price appreciation. So I feel like you're in a moment in time where you're going to get massive price appreciation the next 5 to 6 years. And after that, it's going to normalize like the stock market.
XRP as one of the cryptocurrencies that has a lot of liquidity, has traded openly for about 8 years. Over $1 trillion of XRP has traded between different currencies around the world. And, look, other parts of the US government have referred to XRP as a currency. In fact, it's an interesting nugget that the United States is the only country on the planet that has suggested XRP is a currency. That XRP is a security. You have, other G20 markets, whether it's the UK, whether it's Switzerland, Japan, Singapore, parts of the Middle East. They have all been very explicit that they view XRP as a currency. And so, look, I think we will get to resolution around this. I'm hopeful that we get to that sooner rather than later. But if we do have to go all the way to a neutral fact finder and have a judge make a determination, I'm very optimistic about how that will play out.
You're optimistic. You mentioned that things have been going well recently in terms of the proceedings of the lawsuit. But it makes me wonder, what happens to Ripple? What happens to XRP if it does not go in your favor?
This is important. Pay attention.
Well, look, and I talked about this a little bit when the lawsuit was first filed. Ripple today is already a very global company. Well over 90% of our customers are non-US customers. At the time the SEC filed the lawsuit, about 95% of XRP liquidity, XRP trading happened outside the United States. Today, obviously, it's closer to 100% of XRP trading happens outside the United States. Although I will point out that because the SEC has not been clear, there are players like Uphold here in the United States where you can still buy and sell XRP. So the point being that regardless where the SEC ends up, which again, I'm quite confident about, but look, Ripple's a very global company, and we serve the vast majority of the activity across RippleNet, our payments network.
Ripple's not going anywhere, Warriors. It's not going anywhere. This is all designed to bring in new Howie Test, in my opinion. I want to put this out there because we're going to come back. It's for a new Howie Test, Warriors. The Howie Test, the United States Supreme Court adopted the Howie Test in 1946, right, in order to provide a uniform analysis for lower courts and litigants to apply when determining if an investment qualified as a security. It's an old test, Warriors. We have a brand new asset class since the 1600s. You need new rules, new regulations, okay? So I just want to share that with you guys. I believe the XRP case is all about bringing in a new Howie Test, bringing in regulation, and you can see it's coming fast and furious. So do not let this stuff fudge you out of the market. Some other exciting news out there. Blockchain Association Singapore welcomes former regulator as the latest board member. It's happening everywhere. In America, Brian Brooks left the OCC to become the head of Binance US. Okay, Gary Gensler left the head MIT professor for crypto to become the head of the SEC, who was also the former head of the CFTC. Jay Clayton left the SEC to go consult for New One River Capital, who was a cryptocurrency firm. You have Bill Hinman, who left the SEC, is now consulting for Andreessen Horowitz. I still said it correct. I'll have that comment in there. I love it. Think about it, Wars. And now in Blockchain Association Singapore welcomes former regulator as the latest board member. They are moving all the players from the government into the blockchain technology. Guess what? That's going to be your price appreciation. So Blockchain Association Singapore announces the appointment of Richard Tang, former CEO of Financial Services Regulatory Authority, Abu Dhabi Global Market, I said that correctly, to advise the board, okay? Now we know in America, the Blockchain Association is heavily connected. They're also connected back to the DCG group. And you look in the Blockchain Association, you have the Digital Currency Group, the DCG group. I would highly recommend go watching BitBoy Crypto. He breaks it down as the banking cartel, right? The DCG group. You also have Ripple, right? You got Ripple and you got some of the top people. Ledger is also part of the DCG group, okay? You got Ledger is heavily invested by the DCG group. You got Binance US. Well, who's the head of Binance US? Brian Brooks. It's all connected, Warriors. And so the Singapore has their own blockchain association and they got their own top players out there. So think about this, Warriors. They're just moving the players around the field. That's all they're doing. And what you're doing is you're on the other side of the net, catching the price appreciation as it comes in. I still believe we have the biggest bull run in history coming. It's all fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You got to hold strong, Warriors. Make sure you have an exit plan. So the question I have for you is, how patient are you willing to be? How patient are you willing to be? And I've said this before, people are patient enough to be miserable in a relationship for 20 to 15 years, right? They're patient enough to be overweight and uncomfortable for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They're patient enough to be in a miserable job every single day, but not patient enough to wait 6 months to a year to maybe 5 years to allow your cryptocurrency portfolio to mature, okay? To see it price appreciate, to take those profits and put it into some asset generating income to create passive income. And basically that's what we're teaching warriors. We're helping people understand the money game. I have almost zero cash in my bank account now. I'm all in assets. And I've been very honest with you guys. Like I told you, I lost my money a year and a half ago, but in a year and a half, I completely changed my mindset. I actually started my mentee. I'm a mentee now, I'm a mentor, and I'm going to a whole nother level in regards to understanding how money flow works. And it's very different than what we've been taught in school, warriors. What you've been taught is not how the money game works, warriors. Think about it. Go play the game Monopoly. Go play the game Monopoly. They've been putting it in your face exactly how to win in the game of money and Monopoly. The person who has the most real estate, who has the most rental properties and most hotels, always wins the game. Where do you hide something? In plain sight. But all of us Americans, I need cash in the bank. I need money in the bank. I need money in the bank. As billionaires and multimillionaires are buying cash generating assets, having hardly money in the bank, buying cash generating assets. And they don't buy liabilities unless their assets can pay for their liabilities. And I'm learning this stuff, warriors. I'm an infant in this baby stage, and I'm taking people with me. As I learn, I'm teaching. As I learn, I'm teaching. That's what the Academy is all about. We're real, we're honest, we're open, we're sharing. I show my exact portfolio with you guys. I have nothing to hide. It's not that exciting. It doesn't change that often. I have 21 cryptocurrencies in there. We also added day trading. We added day trading where we're showing the trades that we're doing, and gem hunting in there as well. And we have our 120-day challenge. You work out with us, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation. You could change your whole life in 120 days completely if you commit yourself. All right, warriors. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Everything's down in the description in this video down below. You can join our free Discord as well. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.